Hello and welcome to the January ScotCenter highlights. The new year has brought us new challenges. Starting off 2018 with a devastating flu season, Joseph Gomez reports on how students and staff are fighting the flu at Cromwell.
The 2018 flu epidemic has begun.
This is setting up to be one of the worst flu seasons ever, according to the CDC.
In the past week, regions experiencing high flu activity increased from 21 states to 26 states and New York City.
In fact, a woman in her 60s died just last week from the flu.
Well, I definitely got the flu shot as soon as possible. Our family kind of makes sure everyone is clean, everyone has their shots, my extended family as well. It's kind of a big component. At school, I've definitely had no issue with, supplies when it comes to tissues and whatnot. Hand sanitizer, tissues, they're pretty much in every room, every class I have. The library is pretty good too. There's literally have it all over the place. So,
the flu is a virus, so there's no medications that you can take to get rid of it, or any, obviously there are precautions you can take. Good hand hygiene and staying home if you do have any signs and symptoms of the flu, which would be nausea, vomiting, sore throat, swollen lymph nodes, a fever. So really staying home when you're sick can help kind of prevent an outbreak.
My experience with the flu was very intense. So I felt it coming on at the end of the day on our first day back last Wednesday. And right away I experienced some nausea. Then I knew immediately I was getting a fever. I got chills and I was like hot and cold. So I knew right away that I kind of figured what was happening because of what's been going around. Another big concern of mine was making sure that my daughter and my husband didn't get it. I had to pick my daughter up that Wednesday, that same day at daycare. And so I straight up wore a mask into the daycare and because I did not want her to get it or any of her friends or teachers.
From ScotCenter News, I'm Joseph Gomez.
Next, Victoria Villa-Remen reports on the fight for equality at the 2018 San Francisco Women's March.
Thousands gathered for the Women's March in San Francisco to celebrate the one-year anniversary of the March in Washington and to empower and protest. Over 50,000 people gathered in front of City Hall for a rally featuring a range of speakers and then marched down Market Street with signs condemning sexual harassment, violence against women, and the Trump administration.
We need to be here. We all need to show up and to show that we're for truth. Well, I had a baby girl last year. She's asleep. And I don't know, I'd like her to have every opportunity that anyone else has. We're not going away. We're important. Our opinions are valid.
This year's march was titled Hear Our Vote and focused specifically on encouraging the public to register and go out to vote, as well as pushing for the election of more women in office.
Nobody voted in the presidential election. The turnout was ludicrous. And that's why I'm motivated to come out here. I've never gotten involved in anything before in my life, but it's time. You can't sit down and let this stuff happen. We've got to vote. We've got to come out to things like this, and we've got to get involved.
Reporting for ScotCenter News, I'm Victoria Villa-Remen.
It has been a challenging season for the varsity boys basketball team, with a 10-10 overall record. But the Scots came out on top against Burlingame High School. On Wednesday, January 24th, the Scots varsity basketball team defeated Burlingame with the final score of 62-40.
We have 9 out of 11 players are juniors, so we're looking to grow the team with experience and taking care of the basketball and playing hard, tough defense. We're in the middle of where I was hoping for a winning record right now, and instead we're 9-9, 3-3, so we're 50%. I mean, that's how I feel about our basketball team. We're average right now. We're capable of a lot more, but right now we're just kind of holding steady.
It's just a young team that hasn't been in front of a big crowd before, and that takes experience and time to know how to handle the crowd.
There's a couple of games we should have won, so we're working on that now for the future. We just gotta be more focused and not get intimidated by the other teams.
Mentally before the game, I was just telling myself to shoot a lot, even if I missed the first two, just try and find my rhythm, and then I did, and it helped. My teammates were looking for me after I got hot.
Completing 4 3-pointers, the Trojan led the Scots.
We were running some of their plays in practice, so we knew how to defend against them. And we did a lot of shooting so that we could make shots today.
We knew it was going to be not a for sure win. Like every game in the PAL, anybody can win. We knew that they had some guys that could play, and we just expected a dogfight.
Well, we focused our defense on their two best players, and once we shut them down, they don't really have anybody else.
We have to take care of the basketball. In 2 of the last games, we've turned the ball over 18 times and 17 times. 35 times in two games is too many. That's what we're looking to improve, is the turnover.
The Scots defeated Burlingame with only 9 turnovers.
Overall tonight, the energy was good, the bench got into it, and everybody on the floor was going hard the whole time, which was good to see.
Crommont's next quad game is Wednesday, February 7th against Woodside High, with the final quad game on Friday, February 9th against Sequoia at home. The spring musical is back and bringing the wedding singer to Crommont. The musical will be held from Thursday, February 8th through Sunday, February 11th. Tickets are on sale at CrommontPerformingArts.com. Coming up is Crommont's first ever midwinter break. Look forward to a week off of school starting February 19th. That's a wrap for this month. Thanks for watching. Reporting from ScotCenter News, I'm Briana McDonald.